welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller, and today we are outside on the patio. So these two men behind me are, of course, my husband Joe, who's over there in the pink shirt, and my nephew Brandon, who is in the black shirt. So today we actually didn't record what was going on because my husband doesn't do that and I was at work all day. So I'll just kind of give you an update. So about a week ago, maybe a little more than that, maybe about 2 weeks ago, we filled in all of the cracks in the patio using like a concrete caulk. Now that caulk took forever to dry and actually just got to a point where we could actually stain the patio recently. So they're trying to spray the pine needles off of the patio while they're doing this. So unfortunately, right after he put the concrete crack filler in, it rained, and then it rained again, and then it rained again, and then it rained again. So it was not drying. So I just kind of thought I'd go over what we had to do. Basically we had this patio is set up that it was laid in sections, so it's big sheets of concrete that had cracks in between it. I don't know if those cracks were ever filled up. I don't even know if this patio was ever stained or sealed. I get the feeling probably not. But as things were going along and the longer we lived here, we could start to see that water was going underneath of the concrete patio and kind of starting to shift it around. So we needed to seal up all the cracks so that water would stop going underneath of that and it would actually go off of the patio and into the yard where it's supposed to. So we used some concrete caulk, caulked it all up, and also put in these black strips of, can't remember their name, but if you look it up, there is like a thing, like kind of like a foam thing that you stick down in there and then you caulk over top of it, and that kind of seals that all up. So today we are actually staining it, and as you can see, we are staining it a brick red. So this part over here still has the gray area that hasn't been stained yet, and so this is what it looks like finished. Now, as you can see, if you look, you can see where I had painted some stuff on the patio, and that is still coming through the stain, even though we're using a non-translucent stain. So there's two different stains you can use. One is like a translucent stain where it just kind of tints it. The other one is an actual cover, almost like paint, but it's still just staining the concrete. So we actually decided to do a cover. Now I am probably going to put a rug or rugs down, so that will help cover that up, and I'm not worried about it. It still looks better than what it did. So what was the process for this? Well, to begin with, we had to fill the cracks and then wait like 2 weeks for that filler to dry because it decided to just rain like crazy here in Illinois. After that, so the first thing you have to do is basically move everything off of your patio. As you can see, we could not move this off of the patio. This is the log holder for our wood burning stove. And of course, we're not gonna offload all of that. We just kind of stained it around it. Once we got everything off, then you have to clean the patio. You gotta try to either use a broom or a blower, a leaf blower, and get everything off of, as much debris off of it as you can. And then the next thing you have to do is use a cleaner. So they do sell, at least at where most of the home stores sell, like a concrete cleaner right by where you would buy like the concrete stain. Now, if your patio or concrete, whatever you're working on, has been stained or sealed in the past, it is going to matter whether or not it's oil-based or water-based. Ours, if it ever was sealed in the past, it's not there anymore, so it really didn't matter. So I just bought a cleaner. It was a cleaner and a grit thing at the same time. And my husband and my nephew did that this morning and scrubbed it down with a scrub brush real good and cleaned off as much of the stuff as they could get off as far as stains or anything else that was on it. Once you've done that and you get it dry again, then it was time to stain. And as you can see, I chose what's called a brick red stain, which kind of goes with our greenhouse a little bit. I was a little worried it was going to make it a little Christmassy looking, but luckily the green isn't quite pine tree green, so we didn't have to worry about it. So they got everything stained with 2 gallons of stain, except for this little patch over here, which they're gonna stain up here in a little bit. Then you have to wait for it to dry, and then you're supposed to seal the whole concrete with like an acrylic type of concrete sealer. which is kind of what they're doing now, is they're sealing the parts. The stain does dry pretty quickly. I don't know what time they started this morning, but they're already pretty much just to a point where they're gonna seal up what they have left to do and then finish staining that part and seal that up. And then the whole patio will be ready to put some furniture on and decorate and look really pretty.
We use a leaf blower to dry it faster.
Oh, and they use the leaf blower to dry it faster. Okay, so so our biggest problem is, of course, we have pine trees all over the back of our yard here behind our fence. They are not our pine trees, they are the neighbors behind us pine trees, and unfortunately they are constantly dropping pine needles all over the place, so that can be really annoying. So the other thing I wanted to update you guys on, which was one of the other things that I did beforehand, was the grass seed that we planted. So if you guys can see here, some of the grass seed is starting to come in, which is great. I'm really hoping eventually it'll fill all this in and we'll have a nice little grassy area here instead of a big dirt pile. So we'll see how it goes from here. And of course the garden is doing really well over there. All right, you guys, so here's the patio. Well, that's what it looked like before with that nasty looking concrete stuff. You can be in the video, I don't care. And this is how it looks now, and hopefully we'll keep looking for a long time to come. All right, you guys, so that's it for this video today and the update on the patio project. Our next project is going to be furniture. I have lots to paint and lots to do things to and all of that. So we'll be back with another video as soon as we're ready to start painting some of this furniture and getting it on the patio. So we'll see you later. Bye.